So Good Eats Will Travel, we come to Pinchy's in Sevierville.
Yep.
And I had seen this probably 2 years ago. It was just opening up. It hasn't been here long. And then when I looked at the website, they also have another location, I want to say in Florida, maybe one of the resort towns in Florida. I'd have to go back and look. It basically is a lobster place. They did have sushi. They had a big sushi menu. They had a lot of raw stuff, at least what they call raw. I don't know how much of it truly was raw other than the oysters. You could get oysters on a half shell. They had everything from starters to soups to salads to bigger entrees. They had a lobster mac and cheese, lobster ravioli. They had a burger if you wanted a burger. We got the wontons, which was probably the best wontons I've ever had. It was stuffed with like a crab cream cheese filling.
Yeah, it's been very flavorful.
It was, and I told Jeff that when we went to a lot of Chinese places and eat, you get them off of the hot bar, they're so hard and so crisp. The texture on these was way different, and I guess maybe where it was fried fresh once we ordered them. They served them with a sweet chili sauce that was more chili flavored, but not all the heat.
Right.
Sometimes if they get too hot with some of that stuff, you really can't taste the flavor because the heat overwhelms everything else. But the sauce was perfect. I probably could have eaten a half a dozen of them things. I probably could have made a meal out of them alone, for sure. That's probably one of the better things.
It was just like the wontons. It had good flavor to it. Everything was flavored just right.
Well balanced. I mean, very well balanced. It had a little bit of flavor in it, but not anything to overwhelm the lobster. Sometimes with seafood, if they do a lot of flavor and you almost overwhelm the taste of the seafood, you lose it.
You lose it, yep.
And then we got a lobster roll, which is what they're kind of famous for. And I've never had a lobster roll. I've seen poor boys and things like that, but I don't think that we've ever had a lobster roll. Now, I will say that it was $34 for the lobster roll, but it was at least a 6 to 8 inch brioche bun that come out probably about that long. We cut it in half, and it was plenty cut in half.
Yep.
And I would say that there was more than a tailful of meat, probably close to 2 tails full of meat.
Yeah, there was a lot of meat in that.
It does say in there that they shred the meat, which I assume is like the tail meat, and then also has knuckle meat, which would be all the pinchers.
Yep.
And you could taste chunks mixed in with the shredded. We got the wasabi uso roll, which had the clear wasabi taste, a little bit of the heat, but man, the flavor was excellent. Nothing overwhelmed the lobster again. Maybe like a little bit of celery, maybe a little bit of scallion I could taste, green onion. Other than that, it just had the wasabi and like a mayo.
Yeah. Sometimes you get sandwiches like that and with specialty meats, kind of like the lobster, and you get a little piece of lobster here and there, and for the most part, it's more filler.
Yeah.
But no, that was all lobster meat for the most part.
And it come out with French fries and their own sauce, and I don't know what kind of sauce, dipping sauce it was. It was more like I'm sure it's a mayonnaise based. It almost had like a little hint of the sweet chili in it. It wasn't a real spicy sauce, but their fries were cut board thin. It was almost like getting a 2x4 of a fry.
Yeah.
Is what I would say, like a 1x6 or something, but it was just very thin, sliced, and then wasn't very thick.
Just right to be crispy on both sides.
Oh,
and
it was.
A little bit of soft in the middle.
I probably honestly could have eaten another
order of those.
Or another order of the fries right by itself. And I'm love a tater.
Yeah.
And the lobster was good, but I think if I would have ordered something extra and there would have been another round of those fries, because those fries was excellent.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's a little expensive, but lobster is expensive.
It's anytime you get seafood stuff, you're gonna pay more for it.
Man, it was good.
Even if you go to places on the beach where that they do a lot of seafood stuff, it's still going to be expensive. And then when you start having to ship it into places like this, You don't see that much in these places.
The waitress was real knowledgeable about the menu. If maybe you had some questions, she had the answers. She didn't have to think about it or look it up. She knew the menu, which was really good. They had one that we were kind of on the fence about trying to hit the lobster, and it was like in a Korean barbecue style, and it had pickled cabbage, some other toppings on it with mayo. They had one that had bacon, like a bacon lettuce tomato, but it had lobster meat in it. I love the mac and cheese. I want to say that mac and cheese, lobster mac and cheese, would have been really good, and so would have been the ravioli. But it tastes like everything is made fresh to order, and that made it really good. The wontons were exceptional. So I'd say we'll definitely come back here for sure. I would definitely come back here in a heartbeat. It's not in the main strip of anything. It's actually in the old part of town, the actual Sevierville town, but a really nice restaurant. I know when we first walked in, I thought, this feels kind of low scale for a lobster place, you know what I mean? Because it just kind of looked like that you were walking into kind of like a mom and pop's place, but man, it was really good food. They're doing it right here.
And it's just one street over from the main drag of coming in through Sevierville.
And I would say that it's not like, you know, you hit a lot of stuff on the main drag just because you're passing it and seeing it. But I'm telling you, this is a hidden gem here. We will definitely be back next time I come here. I would come back for the fries, whether I come back for anything else. Some fries were really good. Really good. And I've never even thought about slicing fries that way.
No. Well, we've done them in several different ways right there, but I like that. We've never done them like that before.
And she did say the distributor they get the fries off of, this is the only place here that gets them cut that way. So they must have some kind of deal worked out to where that's the way that they get them cut. But that's a unique way of doing it. And the sauce is really unique. And, you know, I don't like a lot of weird yum sauces sometimes like that to dip fries in, but whatever that was really good. They had, you know, probably at least 10 different kinds of sushi rolls here to choose from. We eat sushi out a lot of places, but it may be worth trying it here just because everything else tasted so good.
If it's as flavorful as what the other stuff we had.
It's unusual to find that well of a balance in the flavor and the food you're eating. You know what I mean? That it complements it right without overwhelming it, and they're doing it right here. Yeah. So this was definitely one of the better places we've eaten in a while. It didn't serve, it had a burger. It's not a stock and barrel burger, but I'm going to say it's in my top 3 restaurants I've eaten the last year for sure.
It'll be another place, kind of like Stock and Barrel, some of the others that we frequent when it's just me and you.
Yeah, especially like we always go to the local goat to get beer cheese, but this will be a place that we'll swing by and grab a lunch or early dinner or something, but because it was really good, really good. Yep.
Absolutely.
And we eat a lot of different places, so to say it's in the top 3 for the last year is a big statement, but really good. So that's Good Eats Will Travel, Pinchy's in Sevierville.